So you don't have time to consume an entire podcast. That's okay. Enjoy the highlights on TRS Clips. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon.
And the Web 3.0 is where you can do all of that in a completely secured manner.
Got it.
Without the need for a centralized party to run and control the system.
So can I give an example of Web 1.0 was a movie? Web 2.0 was a movie where you could take part, like a virtual reality video game. Web 3.0 is where you take part, but you have a mask on. So no one knows that, okay, this is Sumit using this.
Yeah.
Everyone has masks on.
Yes, everyone has mask on, so you are protected from the external world, and you can still do whatever you want without any security laws, and you control your data.
Got it. So basically the internet is one big sphere. You're creating this digital universe and blockchain is just like your armor. Correct? Like you're protecting yourself.
Yeah.
Got it. Now, the big question, because we're talking about Bitcoin again, bro. Everyone wants to know about Bitcoin. I am from an engineering college. So are you. And that's why we connect on all these random jokes. And I can talk to you on a deeper level as well. Bro, I have friends who have been into crypto since maybe 3-4 years. And a lot of them talk about Bitcoin mining. What does this even mean? What is a Bitcoin miner? People have barely understood Bitcoin. Hopefully, over the course of these two podcasts, they've understood it. What is Bitcoin mining?
So if you look at Bitcoin works on a proof of work consensus mechanism. Let me break that down into parts. When we talk about blockchain is a series of, that's a series of blocks. Every block has data within it. Now, how do you add new block to the blockchain? That has to be decided by the network, because right now when we're talking about decentralized world where we don't need bank to control our money, here these communities, these people are controlling it, right? So when you have a new set of transactions, if you want to add that set of transaction to the previous block, that is where mining is required, right? In order to add the new block with the previous blocks. And with that, how you do that is by solving a complex mathematical puzzle, which anyone in the network can do that. If you have higher computation power, you can solve that faster.
You need good machines.
You need good machines.
Good tools. So like a very high quality computer processor or something.
Right now, earlier it could be done on mobile phone or on a laptop. But now as the system is getting bigger in size, you need complex machines, right? And with that computation power, just like we do gold mining, you have to put in some efforts to get gold. That's where the value comes from. If we could just get gold out of thin air, the gold would not be that much valuable. Similarly, in Bitcoin, it is a complex, you have to solve that complex mathematical puzzle to add a new block to the previous block. When you add that new block, whatever transactions are there in that block gets added to the blockchain. And the system rewards you with 6.25 Bitcoins.
6.25 Bitcoins.
Yeah.
So you're basically saying that in the same way that countries print more notes, this is the world of Bitcoin, the universe of Bitcoin, printing more Bitcoin, but giving it to you after you've done something.
Some work. That's why it's called proof of work. You have to do work to get that. And while you are doing this work, the system automatically runs where you don't need a centralized party to grow the system. So what happens is...
But this is fresh Bitcoin.
This is fresh Bitcoin.
It's never been with anyone before.
This is freshly minted Bitcoins. And every 4 years, it just drops to half. So, in 2019, you used to get like 12.5 Bitcoins. Right now, at the moment, you'll get 6.25 after 4 years. So this halving, it's called Bitcoin halving, that happened in the May of 2020. So 4 years after that, you'll get half of 6.25 and it will decrease over time.
But the value of Bitcoin is going up a lot over time.
So the supply is going down, the demand is going up. That's why the price is bound to go up.
Got it. So in the same way that Brave browser that you spoke of, their logic was we have a product of a browser and we will utilize that. They've just thought of something very creative in order to make their cryptocurrency go up. In the same way, whoever created Bitcoin thought of this mechanism. Ki we will create this real life video game for the coders, for the mathematicians. Ki if you want to earn some of our product, you work towards it. Then when you put it out, we expect that lots of people will start mining Bitcoin. It'll go out into the actual world. And then value will go up, and then we'll keep this game with a smaller and smaller reward.
So Bitcoin holds all the properties of a money. So, whatever money does, whatever gold does, they just follow the same process where you cannot just create artificial supply. So if you look at the white paper, Bitcoin, there cannot be more than 21 million Bitcoins that can ever be mined. Right now, we are sitting at around 18.5, 19 million Bitcoins that are out there in circulation. Right? So,
and how much do you think it can go up to? like over the next 5 years? Like you said, 18.5, 19
So by the year 2140, all the bitcoins will be mined.
Okay. But
So-
you have time till then.
Yeah, so you have 120 years till then. After that, people will continue to participate in the system by getting the transaction fee. So if I'm sending Bitcoin to you, there has to be a small fees that is paid to the miner. So Bitcoin miners will get fees from those transactions.
Got it. So
But the new Bitcoins will stop coming.
got it. But so you're saying right now, if you're a Bitcoin miner, you have to do a lot of mehnat. You have to learn mathematics. I'm sure you'll have to learn coding. You have to go.
No, it's not like that. So there are a lot of mining pools also. So you just give your computation power, right? Or you just tell them, okay, mine Bitcoin on my behalf. Right now, it's difficult to mine Bitcoin from small machines.
Okay.
But there are solutions which you can use to mine Bitcoin.
When you say mining pool, this is a separate company, like a separate startup that you're going to.
There are separate startup or communities who combine their computation power to mine Bitcoins. Ultimately, Bitcoin mining is a function of how much computation power you have.
By saying putting computation power together, matlab they will sit in a room, they will put all the computers together. Is it something like that?
So
Like they will.
what happens is, if you want to mine Bitcoin, you have to crack the answer of that puzzle,
Okay.
right? And it's random, right? So every computer can create certain number of hit and trials every second. That's called the hash rate,
Okay.
right?
Got it.
So if you can create more hashes in a second, there's a higher probability that you will be the one who can crack that
Got
answer.
it. So somehow engineer and create a very high quality processor that's extremely fast. Maybe by combining the power of multiple computers and their processors, and then you have a chance at doing it. It's like kind of building a very, very big machine gun using many, many, many guns together. And then you have a chance of, okay, if you have a bigger machine gun, you're probably more likely to hit the target. And if the target gets hit, you get 6.25
You get
Bitcoins.
6.5 Bitcoins,
Which is worth how much money?
With this-
One Bitcoin is 35 lakhs.
Yeah, I think
35
more than
into 6.
2.5 crores.
Oh, nice.
2.5. And plus, you will also get the transaction fees.
If someone takes your Bitcoin and
So if you are the one cracking that code, whatever transaction you've chosen out of that pool, that will be added to the blockchain, and you will get the 6.25 Bitcoin plus the fees that people have paid.
yeah. So imagine, I'll compare again Bitcoin mining to gold mining. You are that miner who has taken out that one piece of gold. Then you take a small bit of that piece of gold out of it and say, okay, I'm going to give it to my mom. And my mom is going to give it to her sister.
Yeah.
So when my mom gives it to her sister, one tiny part of that piece of gold will come back into your hand and you'll be making money forever. So there's a lot of money to be made as a Bitcoin miner, but the difficulty is that you need very high quality processors.
High computation power.
But there are Bitcoin miners out there, like in USA, a
Yes.
lot. Silicon Valley is full of it.
Not particularly in Silicon Valley. There are various countries, colder countries particularly.
Okay. Why?
A lot
Why
of heat
cold?
is generated.
Okay. That's
So,
crazy.
but the interesting part is this particular energy consumption is far lesser and far cheaper than what is needed to run the current financial systems. If you want to run money, the paper money, it costs billions of dollars every year to the country to run the current system.